The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to it. 9:15 your time. Welcome to WAFB Plus and 9 News Now. Kind of do this every weekday morning for you as we step you through the events of the day, certainly the big events of the day. And for a lot of us, obviously, that is still going to be the forecast. Still kind of getting something going over here on the website as well. The big news is Nicholas. All right, so it was a hurricane, was a tropical storm, was a depression. Now it's a remnant low, and little pieces and parts of it still trying to get out of here. And so that's what you're seeing right here. This is stepping you through in time. So future radar for your Friday. And Dr. Steve was telling us this morning, we're still going to see kind of some of those waves of showers coming through. We've had those hot spots recently over the last number of days, depending on where you are, dump 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of rain in a given time. That's tough to deal with in any one spot. So that's what we got to watch out for. And yes, still a flash flood watch for the vast majority of the area until this evening. Let's give you a look at actually our radar right now. You can kind of, let me get this thing kick-started. You can kind of see the reality of the moment. And so, yeah, there you are. Welcome to it, Baton Rouge. And we did see some of these showers just kind of popping up and running through and getting into places like St. Helena Parish. You see right there? Did not need that up in St. Helena. That's a spot that saw a ton of water recently. But you know what? Let me show you something brilliant, if I can. No, not me. Let me show you something actually brilliant. It is the 10-day forecast. If you're with us this morning for 9 News this morning, you kind of got a peek at what the week to come is going to be like. Dr. Steve showing this off. Look at what happens kind of Wednesday evening into Thursday, and then Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Are you seeing the numbers? Lows in the low 60s, highs in the low 80s, and look what happens to the rain chance on Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday and Sunday. Man, that's next level brilliant. We're going to take every bit of that as we kind of step through again today and into the weekend, early part of next week. Still got to get rid of some of this rain. You can see those numbers, but the ability to dry out and cool off. My gosh, fall around the corner. Could we be so lucky? We'll take it whenever it decides to arrive. It'd be nice if it gets there a little bit quickly, but still, yeah, a lot of stuff to get through, including this. It's going to be a busy day for a lot of folks. It's a busy time right now as we continue to push through Hurricane Ida and what Nicholas left for us. Today, Governor John Bel Edwards is going to be down in New Orleans. He's actually set to meet with the Secretary of HUD, Housing and Urban Development. Big conversation about how we are doing right now as we move through Hurricane Ida, what it left behind. Also a big conversation about vaccinations. So that is happening today in New Orleans. And then the governor is set to be available to the media right around 2:30. So guaranteed updates on anything that he had to say that kind of moves us forward. We'll pick out the important pieces for you, put it up 9 News, the app, WAFB.com, obviously later broadcast as well. But yeah, Governor John Bel Edwards today in New Orleans speaking with folks at the federal level. Because of Ida, there have been a number of opportunities to go out and get some resources that you may need. And for a lot of folks, that is still putting food on the table. And the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, as they always do, stepping up continually and actually trying to get themselves out into a number of locations and mobile sites. And they've done this from almost day one after Ida made it safe to do so, get out and be a part of it. And they keep running all these mobile sites, and they're doing it again today. So what you want to do, if you go to WAP.com or the 9 News app, you're going to look for this story. It's literally titled Meal and Other Types of Distribution Sites Set Up for Ida Victims. It's one of the top stories up there right now because it continues to be so important. And what you'll be able to find is from Ascension Parish to East Baton Rouge to Iberville to Livingston to Point Capee, all these dates. It's not just today. There's a few of them happening today, but into the weekend as well. There's a number of sites going to be set up for you from the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, the ability to put some food on the table for you and your family. So please, again, check this story out. Use the resources there. They're there for you. Meal, other types of distribution sites set up for those Ida victims. You know, one of the things that Ida left behind, and certainly Nicholas did not help, all the water. And you know where we live. Mosquitoes seem to be a year-round issue. Obviously, during the summertime, they certainly do come out. And so all this standing water is just going to be that breeding ground for mosquitoes. Our Kylie Hubbard was actually this morning live with the folks at East Baton Rouge Mosquito and Abatement Control. Obviously, their beautiful setup over here. All the trucks ready to roll out in EBR. They're actually also getting ready to do it, just so you know, in Ascension Parish. Actually, they're going to start with aerial spraying this Saturday. So they wanted us to make sure to let you know that aerial spraying in Ascension Parish beginning this weekend. So if you have, for instance, beehives in your yard, obviously a lot of folks do, make sure you cover those up this weekend as Ascension Parish gets ready for the aerial spraying. But a lot of parishes right now working hard to try to attack those mosquitoes, fight the bite, as it were. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, we talk about it all the time when we talk about this as well. EBR is a phone call away if you need them. Mosquito abatement, phone call away to come out to your house and spray. You don't actually have to wait for the truck to pass by your neighborhood. You know, I mean, you hear that the big truck going by, you know exactly that sound, right? You look outside and they're fogging the neighborhood trying to help you out. You don't have to wait for that. If you've got what you think is a real problem at your home, you can make a phone call to EBR, Mosquito Abatement and Control, and they'll come out and spray your home for you for free. We pay for this. Your taxes go towards this. It is a free service. Don't know if you know that. We try to mention it every time we talk about it because it is a free service. So if you think you've got a problem that really needs some like pro-level attention, make the phone call. EBR will come out and kind of help you out with all that. So all that's going on, right? So that's a lot of storm. At the same time, we've been dealing with a pretty never-ending storm for the last 18 months when we talk about the pandemic and COVID. So tell you what, Southern University today, in fact, making shots available. The University Law Center hosting COVID-19 vaccination drive. It actually begins now, right now, actually, 9 o'clock this morning. They're going to run it until, you can see, 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's at the Southern University Law Center. They're actually going to do it there in their atrium. So again, from 9 a.m., so it's already going on until 1 o'clock this afternoon, head on up to the Bluff, SU Law Center, right there in their atrium, vaccination drive, just trying to do their part as they continue to try and move forward through the pandemic. We're all trying to do that. By the way, latest numbers coming out today from the Louisiana Department of Health about new cases, number of, obviously, folks still in the hospital, number of deaths as we kind of get through this. Those new numbers expected to come out at noon today. We'll let you know. So all that's beyond heavy, but those are the big stories, right? So you got to talk about all this. This is a reality of our situation, but how about you do this as well? It's a Friday. Just for a brief moment, if you have the ability, be able to look forward to something going on tonight, tomorrow, into Sunday. Of course, it's Sportsline Friday night tonight. All the high schools out there. Maybe have to dodge a bit of rain if you, again, Dr. Steve talking about it. Still those passing showers coming through. Sportsline Friday night. A lot of high school action going on tonight, and our crew will have that. But then into the weekend as well. Saturday, 6 o'clock up on the Bluff. It is Southern and McNeese coming back into Baton Rouge. They're going to be going at it again. And then half an hour later, it's LSU, obviously kicking off as Central Michigan. So a couple more home games for the Tigers and the Jags. Something to celebrate and have a few hours of just not thinking about, if you can, the storms and the pandemic. Keep the COVID in mind, all the safety protocols, just do that, and then you have the ability to do this kind of thing. And then, yeah, Sunday noon. Why not? Saints going for a 2-0 start after their demolition of the Packers. They're going to be playing a divisional foe this time around, so that's going to be big time. It's Carolina. They're going to be, they're in Charlotte taking on the Panthers. Panthers beat the Jets. It was a close game. Panthers beat the Jets earlier last weekend, obviously, so they're 1-0. Saints 1-0, again, after their demolition of the Packers. But they got some COVID issues. They got some injuries. Obviously, they really haven't been able to be in New Orleans and practice their own surroundings, that kind of thing. But still, it didn't seem to matter much against the Packers. We'll see if they can go 2-0. Obviously, a big game, divisional opponent. Again, kickoff noon on Sunday. But again, that is those moments to breathe, and if you can, take it in and just feel good about this and that. Because again, we understand the reality, still have to get through all of this. So pay attention to your Friday forecast. And again, it's right there waiting for you up at the website, WAFB.com and the 9 News app. There's your Friday, 70% chance of rain. Stepping you through the weekend, it kind of looks the same, that hit or miss patterns as those waves kind of come through. But then, then you get to focus on the mid to late next week. It is something brilliant to come our way. We'll all look forward to it. Until then, WAFB.com, the 9 News app, all the information updated that you need between newscasts. The next newscast, obviously, 9 News at noon, coming up in the big studio. Y'all be safe out there. We'll see you next time.